Hello and welcome to the Three Hokages podcast. I'm your host, Kay, Kareem, and Hanif. Um, Today we're going to be doing, I am horrible at this, so my bad. Because someone didn't want to do it and the other one didn't want to do it. So now it's just me because that's so how this works, right?
We're
But
sharing responsibilities here. That's all. That's what's happening.
And you're
my
technically in
response,
the future, so you're first. That's why.
Yes, yes, exactly.
bite me, both of you. Um, so we have a few topics of discussion for this evening or this day, whatever. Um, as we're all fresh off of Rings of Power, we're gonna scooch our way over there first. And as we know, we have one true Rings of Power, Lord of the Rings nerd. So that's what's gonna start us off, aren't you?
um, so I have to say I was extremely disappointed with the. Now you know I'm
You
lying.
lie,
You know I'm lying. so,
liar.
so again, I have a disclaimer, which is I am enjoying this for what it is. Maybe a few years later, I'll be like, you know what? They probably should have kept a little bit closer to the source material. But for now, I love the character development. I love the story progression, the action, and a lot popped off this episode. So this is, in my mind, everything you want in the season finale. That also sets up the upcoming season without leaving you feel as if, you know what, they should have added 10 more minutes, something else should have happened. Um, and so that's where I'm at. I love the season finale. We had a lot of changes in terms of personnel. What I mean by that is we had a few deaths this episode. We had a character who I thought died pop up, and I'm like, wait a minute. Did I miss something? Like, did I not finish the last episode, or did I miss? Like, did I go to the
Are we
bathroom?
doing
I don't
spoilers
remember.
in this or not?
Oh,
Uh,
let's do spoilers.
it's like I was wondering, like, did Arondir die? Like, where did he? He just came in fighting. And I'm thinking,
Right.
like, wait a minute.
He
The
had
last
that
time we
Elvin in him, son. He got
saw
gutted twice by Enidar, and the next thing you know, he's
him, I didn't
martial arts and
understand that.
whatnot.
I literally had to Google it in the show while I was watching the show. Like, wait, did I misinterpret him dying? Um, Now, granted, they didn't show his last breath, but still, they could have at least showed how he just popped up and joined the battle. So I attributed that to okay, they may have changed some things, and then with the editing, they forgot which part they did last. But so I'll grant them that. I'll grant them that. But one of the things that I love was it to me it captured Celebrimbor's tragic ending, um, where it showed how for all his flaws he still deserved a little bit better than what Sauron did to him. Maybe a lot better. And so I really loved how they did that. And if you're a fan of the more recent Shadow of Mordor game, like, you can really see how the game could pick up from there. But besides that, I really enjoyed how they showed the characters who died, how they all had a true ending, and they had an exciting ending. So even the dwarves, I could not believe they showed the Balrog the way that they did. And again, Lord of the Rings came out decades ago, so I wouldn't necessarily compare the visual effects to Lord of the Rings movies, but this was incredible. I mean, I had goosebumps on my arms. I'm like, oh my God, they actually captured it. I saw the wings and smoke. It's everything that I was looking for. I think they delivered on it in this finale. Now, we still have a long way to go.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know what's going to happen in Numenor just yet. I have some characters that are approaching Joffrey levels of frustration in my mind, where like I really can't wait for this character to meet his end. So I really like where they're going with this. Gandalf. I mean, the stranger.
The
Uh,
stranger.
we get to see him developing. The other wizard was finally revealed for who he really is, which I kind of figured out based on just appearance alone. So I'm really excited. I enjoyed how this season ended. A lot occurred, but a lot was also set up. So I think they found the right balance between satisfying finale and excitement for the next season. What are your thoughts on it?
I'm gonna have to agree with you in regards to my man, the Puerto Rican elf who got gutted last episode, and then he shows up with the martial arts in this episode. I think that's my real nitpick of this episode. Like I thought he was either dead or mortally wounded, but they showed him in full strength, saving the day for a few seconds. There was a few questions I had because how Sauron is portrayed throughout this entire season. We know he wants to make these rings, and from our experience of from either just watching Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, or reading the books, you presume that Sauron is evil, and he keeps giving off this air of, I'm doing this for, I'm trying to save Middle Earth. If I get these rings, I can save Middle Earth. Now, is that his actual thought? Or is that what he's trying to lie to Celebrimbor and say, well, if we make these rings, we can bring peace and we can bring happiness or whatever have you to Middle Earth? Or is he thinking that in his mind, by me bringing peace, it's actually peace through tyranny? I'm going to control everybody so everyone will be happy because I'm controlling them. And I'm thinking, is that what he's thinking, or is it more so he actually thinks he's doing a right thing? And this kind of goes back to our conversation last week where we said villains, who's a villain but actually is really a hero. Like, is he actually thinking he's saving Middle Earth, whether it's from another Morgoth in the future, or is he just so misguided that he's thinking he's doing something right, but he's actually doing something wrong?
I think it's a little bit of both, but I think it's more of the villain believes that they can do a better job of being a tyrant than anyone else. I think the rest is gaslighting. I mean, because Celebrimbor shot her with owls, and he's like, look what you did to yourself." So it's like it's like telling someone like, why you keep punching yourself? So he hit him with the look what you did to yourself. so he's just gaslighting people, but he's also trying to trick people to pretend like he's the one that is going to save everyone. Like the Galadriel said to him, like, look what did you save Eregion? Like you literally raised the city to the ground. Is this what you plan to do the entire time to all these other cities? And we have a new co-host for today as well. So I think it's a little bit of both, but I think it's more of Sauron really wanting the power to do what he needs to do.
He saw the Balrog behind, and that's what he had to freak out.
He did. He enjoyed the episode too with me. So I think I have a new Lord of the Rings fanatic in the world.
Start him early.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the fight scenes in Eregion were great. It wasn't. It gave me feels of Tale of Two Towers, kind of how they were, charging the wall, trying to breach the wall, and everything. But I think that's where the comparisons for me stop. Granted, with like you said, the better CGI, you got to see more animated trolls as opposed to the more stoic looking trolls that we had in Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. The fight scenes were great. I just was really focused more on Sauron's thought process. Like, where was he coming from? Like, is he still this faceless individual who's just thinking of dark thoughts and trying to control everything, or is he actually thinking that he was doing something right? Because then when Celebrimbor died, you see he's shedding a tear. Like, Celebrimbor told, like, these rings are your prison. You're just going to become the Lord of the Rings. Like, you're not going to get anything better from what you're currently doing. And then, like, he felt like he had a realization. And when he's shedding a tear, I was like, well, maybe he is thinking that he's doing something right by giving these people rings that can help bring about their innermost desires. And I was like, well, maybe he's not such a bad guy. Granted, he did bad things, but I mean, maybe he didn't mean to do so much evil.
You sound like Celebrimbor right now. You sound like the Dark Lord has gotten through to you already.
Exactly.
No. Absolutely not. I'm agreeing. What he sounded like was essentially, if I can delude myself into thinking I am doing for the greater good, then it's fine. Like, I'll make a joke later about when we get to the last thing we talk about. I'll bring that back to this point about how how he believes, I'm doing this for the best because it's my way. Essentially, it's my way or the highway. Like, you're But again, he's the last person that I even worry about in this because I'm like, he's at least being consistent. Like he deludes, he tricks, he lies, he makes people believe what they want, and then he's like, well, nope, these are all your actions. This would have happened either way because you chose this path. This is your path that you chose. But I do agree with I need someone else to be Joffrey here in this storyline because you had the perfect opportunity. Because as soon as he stepped off that boat and he decided to tell you that your parent was what they was, a traitor essentially. Like, yo, why when he did that did you not just and then you get on a boat with him too? Like, you're a moron, complete and utter idiot. You get on the boat with him when you should have just been like, I mean, we don't do that stuff, but you know what I mean, like
Exactly.
because I'm not playing with you. Like, sir, you could have pulled off something like these. Well, no, let's just don't go with that. I just like, or on that whole way back, you might have a knife because again, you had a knife in your bag, a little dagger. The boy told you that if you travel with a dagger, you're cutting your trip short. Guess what? Cut that man's trip short.
Exactly.
Just but I do. I was glad that we got to figure out. We got the name of our person, and they finally got their stick. But I am kind of mad because I was hoping it wasn't him. Like I was like, we know who it's supposed to be, and it just kind of stinks because that's who it is, and it's just like it's not there. But also, we also now don't ever know what his real name is because the only other person who I thought the other one was who I thought the Dark Wizard was too, and I was like, are you supposed to be a young version of? Okay, I'm all for that one. Like you can be a young version of him because your colors are matching up really nice. But I'm like, how old are they? And this is my problem. Like nothing explains to me the aging process of everything because this is all really old. Like so, how old? How long do they live? How how are you like?
Yeah. And so this is what I mean by there's so much that they can cover that they don't need to add elements that exist in way too many shows nowadays. Like Isildur, that him ruining a relationship right before he hops on the boat. There's stuff like that you can kind of leave out and focus on things like, well, why doesn't Gandalf age? Um,
Right.
why isn't Sauron, like, who are they really? There's a lot that they can cover in terms of their backstory, what type of beings they truly are, because then that would make sense. So hopefully they cover some of that next season as opposed to prolonging the mystery of who's who. Even in terms of the names, what the colors mean, things of that nature.
Yeah. Hey, he's feeling just like we are. He wants to know the answers. We all want to know the answers. I am though happy though that like Poppy is going on her own, kind of like she's going with the other. Nope, they weren't called Harfoots. The other name that the desert dwelling Harfoots are. Sorry, yeah, but like it's good that they're just all like together. Like, and I like where we are at the end of this episode because everyone is already on their plan, or well, not, they're on their path properly. Although I'm okay, this I will tell you, this is my one problem about this episode. Even homie that somehow magically managed to survive from last episode to this one, I just want to know how she fall and nothing, barely a hair out of place. There's no signs of coughed up blood. Like, ma'am, you just fell and you fine.
The
And I understand
trees, I don't
the
know,
tree.
something happened. Something
Like,
happened.
it's just that to me is like my biggest thing. Like, ma'am, you just fell from up there, and I was like, okay, cool. She's gonna fall into water. I'm like, nope, you didn't even fall into water. You fell onto the ground.
It's a power to ring.
Yeah.
But I mean, also, and then how did the ring just like it's like You wasn't wearing it no more. It was on the side. Like, yo, you cradled it the whole way down, and then it's on like.
The sheer impact made her let go of the ring, which Elrond found. I was actually surprised. Well, because he loves her so much, he used the ring to restore her.
Okay.
I thought the king didn't the king have his ring? I guess his ring
He
Yes,
doesn't
did.
have
he had
a
his
juice.
ring. He was the king had his ring because he was trying to heal her with from the wounds, but that didn't happen. Also, okay, Kareem, you are our bigger nerd. Was that Rivendell at the end?
No, I don't know what they're gonna make that.
Okay.
It's the way they implied that it was a sanctuary. It may become her sanctuary over time, which would
Okay.
be different from Rivendell. So I have to see where they're gonna go with it. I don't know if that's just a temporary sanctuary where they're gonna launch the attack, or if they're gonna tie that into something more meaningful later.
Okay. Because I was trying to
So
figure. I was like, is this Rivendell? Like, I'm like, there's a lot of rivers. I'm like, I'm not going back to rewatch that movie. I'm not just so I can see the beginning. I can't.
now the area where I'm not sure if you guys covered it, but the area where um, Sauron and Galadriel fought, is that the same area where Boromir had chased Frodo to at the end of Fellowship of the Rings? So it looked like the same kind of broken down building. So I wasn't sure if that was like supposed to be like an Easter egg or a nod to that scene. But you recall like that's where Frodo I think saw um, Aragorn, and Aragorn just told him to go ahead and leave. And then he fled, and then the orcs found Aragorn and started fighting. And then Legolas and Gimli came to save him. That's like the official split of the team.
Oh.
I wasn't sure if that was the same area or not.
No, I don't. It shouldn't be.
But did it look
I
familiar
don't.
though? It
It
looked
did.
kind of
It
the
did
same.
look similar. It
Yeah.
did look similar in terms of the structures that they had, but I don't believe they're tying the two locations together in that sense. Um,
Mm.
but you never know. In the show, they may end up, showing some kind of flash forward. No, I'm kidding. That would make sense. But
We got several hundred years before. Well, yeah, I think at least several
yeah,
hundred years, right, before we get to Lord of the Rings or Hobbit.
yeah, yeah,
And so Isildur's got to get married to somebody.
yeah.
And what's going to happen with the blind queen?
You have to wait and see.
And Mr. Fancy with Farazan with his fancy beard and hair, he's using the Palantir, not telling anybody, but he sees Sauron. So it's
Yeah.
like, how I'm guessing Numenor is not going to be one of the ring bearers, possibly.
Well, one of the things to keep in mind with that is whoever uses it, they can be influenced by others. So it's not just like a one way you view it, you can also receive influence from it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so whereas the queen may have been less influenced by it, he doesn't seem to have the same resistance to the effects of it. And if his ultimate goal is to retain power, or he seems to be corrupted so quickly, uh, maybe he's going to end up being somebody else that we've seen in the movies, because
Yeah,
they
because
do have
ain't that
nine
his
rings.
cousin?
They do have nine rings, so
Okay,
that's going to
I'm not
play a
even gonna lie.
role.
I did just look it up. Numenor. There are three lords of Luminor that get the ring. I'm not gonna. I don't know who, but
It's not the sun. It's not the sun, is it?
no, but I wonder. Okay, hold on. Just verify, Kareem. The Nazgul are the human ring people.
Yeah.
So potentially that means either fancy hair man or his BS son, who I really want to die, become a ring wraith.
I'm mad he killed a dude from NCIS. I was like, really? I saw it coming too. I was like, they're gonna kill him. They're gonna kill him.
Yeah. So yeah, they're the nine men who
So,
receive the rings.
but it
Right.
doesn't like. I will say this. It does like I'm looking on the thing. It doesn't tell you exactly which people. It just says 9 rings to mortal men, three including 3 lords of the once powerful island realm of Numenor. So maybe
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it being the queen. So
no.
I feel like it's going to be maybe the three that's in charge: Farazan, his son, and his like advisor. If
Maybe.
they're all given at the same time, if it's over the course of some years, they may be handed down, but we'll see.
Um, Sometimes people can die too and become one.
What do you mean they can
Oh,
be die? They can die and then get the ring, or they come back like a ghost kind of thing?
A lot is possible. So
Man, listen.
I don't, I don't think they're going to show the Nazgul.
oh, okay.
Um, it would be pretty tough to show that unless the show continues past a certain point.
Well, I hope it gets to the point where I mean, this will be several seasons, but if they get to the part where all the rings are now occupied, have their own ring bearer,
Hmm.
then it could. I mean, maybe if series finale can go to the climactic where we're going to go to war against Sauron, like
Yeah,
the one when he actually loses the ring that uh, Golem actually obtains. Like up to that part would be good.
yeah,
Because we can see the further corruption of Sauron. Because I mean, from when we were introduced to Sauron, he's just a faceless dude in that attire. He finally wears that crown, but you don't see his face, and he's like 10 feet tall. And we already know he can change shapes, so
yeah.
we'll see what happens with them. And
So
I'm looking
I'm
forward.
being very vague because again I
Clearly.
don't know where the show is going to go.
Uh-huh.
But there are a lot of nice twists to it.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to seeing more Khazad Dûm, though. That's for sure. I
Yeah,
enjoy the Dwarven City.
yeah,
It's a shame what happens to it, but I enjoy seeing the Dwarven City.
yeah.
Mm, well, let's move from Rings of Power to
Mhm.
penguins. I mean, just kidding. No,
Penguin.
not penguins. Okay. So
I think
penguin
you're a
is
little too hyped for the
spaceship.
penguin.
Right. Actually, how does a penguin? Whatever. So
I sent the hint for one.
okay. I will say I will be stepping out of this conversation because I have not seen Penguin because I can't. And I refuse to pay more money to see stuff. So this will be a YouTube conversation. Starting off with
It's more or less we're sitting around a campfire and we're going to listen to Kareem tell us because I haven't watched Penguin. I'm stacking up episodes so I can binge it.
okay.
I've heard good things about it, but I haven't watched an episode yet.
Yeah.
So
So,
Kareem, you are our leader. Please tell
so
us about
I'm
Penguin.
going to give spoiler-free statements about it
Thank you, thank
because
you.
we're only 2 episodes in, and
There's only 2 episodes.
only 2 episodes in, and the first episode has a pretty fast shock to it.
Hmm.
And that sets up pretty much the premise of I don't know the entire season, but at least the first, I guess, first half of the season. Can't see this part changing quickly, um, and it takes place almost right after the Batman movie, the more recent one with Robert Pattinson. So if you haven't seen that movie, you don't need to go back necessarily and watch that movie. If you haven't watched it in a while and you like the movie, maybe it is good to go back and watch it, but it is not absolutely necessary to have seen the
Hmm.
movie or to even remember the movie in order to start enjoying this show. So it is the same set in the same world, the same characters. We follow Penguin um, right after that, and it's after the death of Carmine Falcone, where there's now a power vacuum in Gotham, but also because of the flooding as well. So Gotham is in really bad shape. You have power vacuum, you have people trying to live their lives, you have people desperate to live their lives. And when you have desperate people, you have people taking advantage of opportunities. And so the shock in the beginning of the show puts Penguin in a situation where he not only has to um, play a game of chess with the other mob bosses, but he also has to find a way to make a name for himself. So this is kind of like a mix between Game of Thrones, The Sopranos, um, and very little Batman. And so what I mean by that is, other than them just using the names of characters, this does not come off as a Batman show. I
Okay.
can think of shows like Gotham, shows like that where it was very, Bat centric. You had Bruce Wayne as a child. This one is really focused on the Joker, and it feels like an old fashioned HBO. Oh, I guess it's not really HBO anymore, but I'm calling it HBO.
It's
Mama
HBO.
named it HBO. I'm calling it HBO. So Uh, and so that's what it feels like. Where the Joker, I mean, not the Joker, the Penguin, he's trying to outsmart everyone around him while also trying to keep the secret of what he did to put himself in that situation. So there's a lot of good supporting characters. You have Elder Falcone. You have Sophia, who just, I mean, she's played excellently. But I have to think of her name, Kristen Milotti,
Hmm.
and she's very dynamic. She's actually kind of frightening to me because she is from Arkham Asylum. So every scene that she's in, she does a great job of making you believe that she's on the verge of just snapping, um, or being so unpredictable that when you're in her company, you feel nervous. So I think she's doing a great role of that. Colin Farrell, you can't even recognize him as Penguin. Um, and I'm not saying that that's a good thing because you can't recognize him, because I think he is a great actor, but he's killing it in this role. So to me, it's not just the drama or the tension, it's the way the story is unfolding, where you really get to see Penguin going against all odds. He's pitting this one against that one. He's pitting Maroni against Falcone, the different families, while also trying to make a name for himself. So he tells a story at the beginning of episode one, and this will be the last thing that I say about it before I say how I overall feel about the show,
Mhm.
where he's asked the question of, well, what does he want to be essentially? And he tells the story of when he was growing up, there was this guy in the neighborhood that he was from, and he had everyone's respect. He was like a mob boss, so to speak. But he would really ask people how they were doing. He would give them money if they needed it. He looked out for them. And he was saying that when this guy died, they had a parade for him, um, and that everyone remembers him as such. And he's essentially saying that that's how he wants to be. Um,
Oh, okay.
and so this is essentially Penguin going from an underboss to the Penguin that we most likely know from Batman comic books, Batman movies, and TV shows. So he has to get there. He has someone named Vic who's also helping him out, um, somewhat willingly, but also somewhat unwillingly. And I'm really feeling this show. I have to say that I'm looking forward to watching it every Sunday night. Um, After two episodes, I don't think it's going to disappoint. I don't know how much longer this part of the story can last and hold my attention, but so far I have to see what's happening next. And this is easily becoming one of my favorite shows that's airing right now.
Wow.
That's how much I'm into this show so far. I would say at
Does
least watch episode one,
mhm.
see how you feel about it. Um, but episode two, to me, it's like I need more of this show. I need more than just one episode a week.
You got
I,
six
I, I
more.
need that's not enough, but I need more of this show.
Are they
And they
an
are
hour
really
long
killing it.
episode?
They are, they
Okay.
are. So I mean, if you were missing the real intrigue and suspense from Game of Thrones, you might like Penguin. Um, if you've been missing, just old school HBO shows that had good character development, like The Sopranos, you're probably gonna like this show as well. If you're
Yeah, I
here
was
looking
gonna
to
ask.
see
Yeah, about that.
Batman doing flips and kicks, and this isn't the show for you. It's not happening here. Maybe at some point it will, but it's not happening now.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna ask the comparison between Sopranos and uh, Penguin. Not so much as far as realism and real world, but it removes the superhero aspect of it because it's not focusing on Batman. So is this
Yeah.
more like a mob related? Like this is more like Sopranos, or is this more like the Fox show Gotham, where you have maybe villain of the week who crosses paths with Penguin, and within the world of Gotham.
No, this is definitely more like Soprano style, as
Okay.
opposed to Gotham. I think Gotham, one of the I enjoyed Gotham show for the most part, but I
Hmm.
think one of the differences between those type of shows and this one, it's like they make everyone know each other for decades in Gotham. So it's like, okay, this is the Riddler, but he's really not the Riddler. But yeah, Batman has known him since he was a kid. Come on now, like really, where everyone knows everyone in a city as big as Gotham. This is like, nope, we don't have those name drops right now. We're really just focusing on the characters here, the character development. It does still have that element where they mention Arkham Asylum, um, but it ties into how, so fear is frightening as opposed to, yeah, I was in a cell with Harley Quinn last week, and no, they don't have those type of name drops.
Okay.
I recommend it. I won't say start it now, because once you finish episode 2, you're gonna be looking around like, okay, now what? But yeah, I think it is a show that you can definitely binge.
Okay.
Hmm. I don't know, because I've been seeing like the images and Colin Farrell being on like TV programs, and I'm just like, I keep everyone's like, yeah, you can tell it's him by the eyes, but I'm just like, I keep looking, I'm like,
Yeah,
But it's also we know who it is. That's what we.
yeah.
If you just didn't know who Colin Farrell was or whatever, and just looked at the guy, it's like, okay, I'm not. You're not sure. You're not sure where the prosthetics end and where it begins. Like, is it just a scar? Is it just a scar on the nose? Is this really actually a chubby person? Is it really a balding person? Like, no, you're not really sure.
Like you can't tell it, and I know what he looks like. I've seen him in so many movies. I literally forget it's him. I literally forget it's him.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I mean, he's doing such a great job.
Yeah.
well, then I guess eventually I will have to find a way to watch
We'll
it.
find a way for you to
Yeah,
see
find
it.
a way. We'll find a way. We'll find a way.
We can just talk about it and watch it. Group chats are fun. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Hey,
Oh,
Netflix had that at one point, didn't they? Where they had like a little theater where you could watch a show with people, and
Yeah, I think
yeah,
even Disney had that at one point.
yeah, they
Watch.
decided
bring
that
it.
community is terrible.
Yeah, they need to bring that back. Sharing it is like watch parties are fun.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Bring back the watch party, people. Bring it back. Speaking of bringing things back, or maybe not if you're feeling kind of a certain way. We have now gone to the next episode of Agatha All Along. We are firmly on the road, the witch's road. If you did not see the last episode, bye bye, Miss Hart. She is no longer with us, and unlike apparently Rings of Power, this woman actually stays dead. you know,
Oh.
she does clearly she doesn't have that elfin magic. Oh, so I'll stop. Um, but Kareem, you've seen Agatha. No, you didn't see this
No, I
episode.
haven't seen the last episode yet, but I don't mind spoilers. 'Cause I
Okay.
heard a little bit about it, so
Yeah, I know. So
yeah.
there are a lot of people out there who dislike this episode because they feel that this is now turned into a musical, just like another well a DC property that's also a musical in their next episode that in their next movie that people don't seem to like. But in this one, it makes sense. This episode of because every so far each episode we're dealing with a different person, a different witch, and their time on the road. So last episode it was Jen, and poor Miss Hart, she suffered the consequences. This episode it's oh Lord, why I can't remember her name, the Asian lady.
Ooh, what's her name?
Yes. Yeah, this is why I probably should always Alice Wu
Alice.
Gulliver. Yes, this is so this is Alice's turn, and Alice. So yes, we have another song, but it's not really another song. It's the same song. It's just in order for spoilers, spoilers of course. In order for them to get out, the song comes into play because you find out about this one. We find out about Alice and how she has that generational curse on her, and you find out that the mother singing the song, creating the song, was actually really sweet. Do you want to know why it's sweet or no?
Yeah,
Or would you? Huh?
I do. I do.
Okay. So it's sweet because the what it is it's become every time that song plays, the demon that is haunting her family gets put away. Like not put away, like it's like that song is a protection spell on her daughter. So it's always being played because so many people love it and because the mother did it. It's always played. So why? So Alice has not died, and the demon that has been haunting her family didn't get her because of that song,
Mm.
and because so many people love it, and it's always. I think like in the show they Lilia, Patty LuPone's character, she says she actually makes up she she says something and then she kind of like I guess they kind of like figure it out that way that's how she that it's a protection spell for her and it's her mother's showing her love for her. And I thought honestly that was super smart. Now, yes, do they sing the song again? Yes, they do. They do. Um they have to do it again. Um because when they get into the house, the child, I'm sorry, the teen, he plays an album in the house because like this time this house is I guess her house was like from her mother like when she was a child when she was younger, so it was the house that she grew up in. And so the teen, they're trying to figure out how to start this curse, not the curse, but how to start whatever's supposed to happen in the house happen. And the teen plays the album and it's playing backwards, and so that actually ends up
Little Missy
cursing.
Elliott going on here,
Yep. Yeah. so,
huh?
so that's what happens, and so then they all get cursed. Although, actually, wait. Do you want to know who finally joins them now that Miss Hart's dead?
Who?
Aubrey Plaza's character.
I figured that much.
Yeah. So she's now here. So
Yeah,
like for that reason alone, you've got to see it. But like she joins them, but
yeah.
and something like there's a few very interesting things that happen with her and the rest of the group, and then it's a very nice episode despite the singing. Like despite the singing, it's a very good episode. um I do understand the cause of maybe please stop singing a song, maybe don't do it every other episode or every episode, just please stop. But it's done in this sense for a nice reason, and I think that's I guess the best part about this whole thing. Like it's done properly. That if that sounds right.
So, as someone who hasn't seen the episode yet, despite the singing, does it move the story forward
Yes, we are.
significantly or
It
very incrementally?
it moves it along incrementally for some, but it moves it along for others further. So like each person's path is moved differently in this episode. So like we find out some information that for some people it helps them go along, and for others it's like okay, it's just baby steps.
Yeah.
If that's helpful.
Um, it does help. part of my delay in watching this is not just a timing issue. It's when I heard about all the singing and the frustration with it. I'm like, and I'm not someone who is joyless. I can appreciate a good song, a good tune. Some TV shows I could keep separate from musicals. It may not necessarily be my thing, but I'm also becoming jaded with streaming shows that have very short seasons and very long periods of time before you get any additional news, before you know if there's going to be a season two, before you know what's coming up next. Where it's like they have to give me more if I'm literally paying every month for the service and they keep raising the prices for these services. So if this was on regular TV and there's like 20 plus episode season, then hey, I'm fine with it. I can watch it, laugh. But when I'm thinking, okay, the clock is ticking. We only have 4 episodes left. Let's get to something. I don't want to see a whole episode wasted on singing. Um, and so I get it if it's to enjoy characters, but if we have 9 episode seasons, we're almost halfway through, and I'm supposed to just enjoy the character just because, as opposed to, okay, these are the things that's happening that they've done, then I feel a way about that.
Uh, I understand. I get that. That actually that makes a lot of sense but I think this is what's gonna happen. I think each episode we're gonna deal with a different witch. We're gonna figure out about their issues, and
Are they using any powers this episode?
so they have to, without telling you everything. Powers are used, or should I say, spells are used properly to do something for someone, um, to help someone, and also the singing of the song actually, from what it appears, it banishes that generational demon. So it does kind of do the magic properly.
Okay.
Um, and again, we, like I said, we keep learning more about each witch in this in as it happens. So even though what's her name? Why, I am the worst with people's names, so I'm sorry, but Sashir Zamata, her character, Jennifer. Even though Jennifer did the potions last episode, we find out more about her as well in this episode, and it's actually really good. So I'm assuming each new episode will help us. Will focus on somebody else. So I'm gonna assume the next one is probably gonna be Patty Lupone. The next episode, I just assume, because stuff is happening around her in a way where we're just like, oh, we need to know what's going on with you, big time. But also they dropped the vampire word into this episode.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
like
big.
like we have if we didn't know vampires existed before, we know now.
If they had that Blade movie already, we would have been known that vampires existed. But I know that's a sore topic.
First off, that Blade movie's never happening. Let's be real. That Blade movie is never gonna happen.
I still have hope. But
I'm gonna
we'll
need
see.
you. I hope I want to be with your hope. So we're gonna hope that you are correct, that it does happen. Um, cause no. Um, I guess we can move on to, I guess, in terms of why people don't care about singing, um, and why we're not watching the Joker movie. Oh wait, nope. Hanif, do you want to talk about Agatha all along?
I'm just in it for Jen and Rio, which is Aubrey Plaza I have my own motives for watching this show. I don't really care about the damn Down the Road song. Which honky tonk take but like Kay said, I was just hoping that every episode isn't going to be another version of this song. Like, okay, we did some acapella joint in the first episode. Next episode we do a 60s cover band, and the next one you got Patti LuPone, so I'm guessing you're gonna try to lean heavily on her singing abilities. They had her looking like Liza Minnelli in this past episode, so I don't know what they're gonna do with the next episode, but yeah, they still haven't covered the creatures that are following them. I thought they would have shown that a little bit, or no, but this is episode 4.
4,
past. We got 4 more episodes. Still plenty of time to do other stuff.
No, we have 5 more episodes.
Huh?
We have 5. Apparently, there's 9 episodes.
I thought it was 8. Okay. So
I thought there were 8 too. But then I went to Wikipedia. Now, if Wikipedia is not a liar,
Wikipedia is all truth.
Yeah, all truth
all the time. There are 9 episodes. Both of them will drop on the 30th. The last 2 will drop the day before Halloween. So
okay, so you got 5 episodes and 4 witches left. You got Rio, Agatha, Teen, and was it Lila? Patti LuPone's character. So you got 4 witches, 5 episodes left. So there's going to be a flashback episode, I'm sure.
No,
it's a major reveal. We don't know if this is supposed to be a segue into another film, is it, or another series, or
honestly, I don't know. Like, I don't think that they've said that this is like tied into the bigger world, but again, like I said, we got proof that vampires exist, so who cares? Okay. Maybe this will tie into world, and this is tying.
So there'll be a Blade reference. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys watch it with the subtitles on.
No.
But when they speak of magic, on our TV anyway, magic is spelled with a K, kind of like Magic, Colossus's sister.
Really?
At first I was like, are they talking about magic, or are they just talking about, I guess, just magic overall? Because when I saw it, I was like, oh, maybe that's an X-Men reference, but I don't know. But the way they were speaking about it they wasn't speaking about magic as a person. Oh, they did one time. It was I think Jen was talking to Agatha when they got inside the house, and they were talking about magic. It's like, oh, okay, maybe they're talking about magic as a person. But then later on, they all talk about magic as far as their abilities. So I don't think it was no longer a person, but a capability. But it was still spelled the same in the subtitles.
Huh. Maybe
either someone was taking a lot of liberty with the subtitles, or there's a little tie-in that we made.
It's not the first time I've seen subtitles all jacked up, but
yeah, I mean that would be an interesting way to also introduce or to touch on mutants through that other dimension, Ileana. You never know. I can see it happening. But that sounds way too interesting, to be honest.
They give us Mephisto reference.
Yeah, but that sounds like too interesting. I don't think it shows. No, really, I'm not. Maybe, like I said, I'm a little jaded.
Just a little.
I don't think these shows are that bold anymore. I think they just like to give a little tease, and then we'll see a little bit later. To introduce magic would be pretty bold. And again, I could be wrong, but I don't know if they're willing to do that.
Well, they own Fox, and I thought Fox owned the X-Men rights, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll be the first to put it out there. Magic is going to show up in the show.
All right. All right.
Maybe that's who Rio really is magic all along. Just kidding. Joking. Or maybe that's who Teen is. The Teen is really magic. Just trapped.
He's something. Hot mess.
Speaking of hot messes, here comes.
It's that time of year again.
Exactly.
That wonderful time.
It's New York Comic Con. It'll be in about 2 weeks. October 17th to the 21st, I believe, Thursday to Sunday. It's the biggest comic book convention, I'd say, on the East Coast. I think it's probably bigger than anything else on the Eastern Seaboard, comic book convention wise. I'm only going Thursday and Sunday, but there's got. I'm gonna do a count when I go Thursday and Sunday. How many Diddy references I'm going to see? Because there's going to be somebody with a baby oil bottle or dressed up as a big baby oil bottle. It's going to be. Every year we get something wrapped entirely in recent social media pop culture references, and Diddy's is everywhere. If not Diddy, you're going to see a Trump. You're going to see a Kamala Harris's cosplay.
Yo, how about I kind of want to see Diddy and Mary Adams?
Oh, you're gonna see it. Oh, you're gonna have. Okay, we got two black people doing the cosplay of Mayor Adams and Diddy doing a little heart.
Whoever's Mayor Adams, could you please, whoever decides to cosplay as Mayor Adams, please have the garbage.
Actually, I could. I don't want to shave my beard. I could cosplay as Mayor Adams. I got a blue suit. I just got to get a key. I'm gonna give the key to the city.
Yeah.
The key to the city. I got some shades on. I can get some shades on and everything. I stand in front of the where they give out the lanyards. You don't need this lanyard. Take the key to the city. Mayor Adams.
Make sure nobody hops the turnstile to get inside the Javits Center. You got to be sure of that.
But a pizza rat. I have a pizza rat on my shoulder.
Exactly.
Horrible. In case that'd be hilarious. But in case you couldn't tell, the three of us are all from New York. We have a borough person.
A borough person. Queens in the house.
Right. We have a borough person and we have two Westchester people. So
still better than Staten Island.
Yeah, definitely better than. I always forget about Staten Island.
Because it doesn't.
And then I think of the Wu-Tang, and that's it. That's it.
If it wasn't for the Wu, you would have come through.
Yeah. But we're gonna get the references. We're gonna at least get a Deadpool with a sign that says, this way to the party or Mayor Adams. You're gonna see that at some point.
With the freak offs.
No Diddy parties that weekend in Comic-Con. Go to any Diddy party. You don't want that.
Oh man. Yeah.
But I look forward to it. I look forward to Comic-Con every year. I'll be there all 4 days, at least physically. Maybe Sunday I'll be too worn out to actually do anything, but at least physically I'll be there.
Are you gonna bring the little one on Sunday?
I am.
Aww.
So Sunday is gonna be all about him enjoying his first convention. So some of these other days is gonna be me just scouting out what he can do on Sunday.
Wow.
He may even dress up. I'll see if he wants to wear one of the costumes that he has.
Okay, I'm gonna need to see pictures of that one.
Absolutely.
Definitely gonna need to see pictures of that one. I know my niece and nephew are going. They'll be going either Thursday or Friday, but I believe Thursday. I sadly will not. Although I want to. Yeah, well, I'm also mad because part of the reason why I'm not going is because Sunday I was supposed to be going to a comic book convention here, and Keith David was supposed to be there, and I had everything planned. I was going to get my photo op with Keith David because I am who I am, and then I was gonna get. Hold on. I was gonna have Keith David sign my Goliath. Wait, where is it? Oh, well, hey, this won't show up.
I know, right? Well, there
we go. I was gonna have him sign my Goliath Q fig.
Nice.
But guess what? He would no longer be there, and so I am very unhappy. And I'm like, I've already paid the money for this convention. It was gonna be Keith David. They were doing. They're doing. I don't even know if they're still doing it, but it was different, I think about 5 or 6 cast members from The Thing are going to be there.
Oh.
And I was like, yes, I'm going to get that picture too.
Mm.
And now I'm like, 3 of them are not going to be there now. Like Keith David was supposed to be there. Well, I was about to say the chicken hey hey. Alan Tudyk was supposed to be there. He had to pull out. Dude, the Scott from the band Anthrax was supposed to be there. He had to pull out, and I'm just like,
How many people had to pull out? No, they
right.
should let you tie certain tickets to guest canceling. Um,
And this is my thing. I'm like, let's
so
see
like
how
you
many.
can pick one guest and say if this person cancels, I should be able to get a refund. And but
I mean,
obviously they won't let
no, they won't. I mean, there's still gonna be some people there. Like, let's see, Michael Berryman will be there still, which is great. But I'm just like, Tyler Labine will be there. But I'm just like people are just okay. So the people that had to cancel: Alan Tudyk, Scott Ian, Rebecca Gayheart, the Noxzema girl's not gonna be there now. I gotta stop calling her that. I will never stop calling her that. She's a Noxzema girl.
no.
Ken Kersinger, one of the versions of Michael Myers, Jason, Keith David, and also Richard Mazer will now not be there. And I'm just like, y'all are killing. I mean, y'all aren't killing me, but I literally had everything planned. I really wanted that signed. I was like, yes, I'm getting this signed. Sir, you don't understand how much I have loved you since I was a kid. Like, you just don't get it.
Well, is this his first time at NYCC?
Well, no, I don't know no, this wasn't for NYCC. This is for another convention. I don't know if this is his first. If this was going to be his first time there. Also, I just realized something. He was the only black person. That sounds ignorant. I'm sorry, people, but I do that too.
It's just an observation. It's not ignorant.
Yeah,
It
just an
is.
observation.
Right. It was like it's an observation. It was like a horror convention. And I was like, there are not a lot of they're not a lot of us going to
But you
horror
don't last
convention.
past the title scene. That's why.
Yeah.
Exactly. And this man was in a number of them. Like this Keith David, man. I'm sorry. I'll be all right though. I'll be okay. And now New York Comic Con's getting all these new people, and I was like,
I'm mad they got John Boyega now. I'm like, yo,
right.
and it's not expensive. Like I think his photo was under like $120. I was like, oh, I could have got a photo.
Yeah. They even have a team up now.
Huh?
Wait,
they have a team up with him?
No.
Who
If
else?
you are telling me he is doing no.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
I'm
looking it up now.
No, are you kidding? It's him and her.
I
It is him and her.
was a team up opportunity.
It is. Shut up. It can only be him and her because she's the only other person.
No, I think they have a team up at Comic Con. I think you can get the photo op for both of them now.
And he's only there Saturday and Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so would it be wrong?
You're gonna have your niece and nephew sit on the line?
No, would it be wrong for me to just come home for the convention and come back? Like fly out for Saturday and fly back? Like, yo.
Like I said, you got the photo op. You already got the photo op.
She's gonna come in with the luggage.
Yeah.
Who needs luggage? I'm coming home. Like whatever. It's fine.
I'm going to the epic photos right now to see what this is all about.
The Block Duo on Saturday. It's still available right now. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, attack the block
It
duo.
says Hey gets 20% off. What?
Oh, because you VIP?
No, I'm just messing with her.
Oh,
He's being a jerk.
this
I'm
guy.
just messing with her. Get
This guy.
20% off.
Yo, that would be me getting one of the last doctors that I don't have, and him and like
You can't go wrong with New York Comic Con, right?
Wait, is she anywhere else? I don't see her on.
no, yeah, because she's got a photo op also with the other Doctor Who person.
Yeah, Matt Smith.
So she's in a few photo ops, and I was like, when I saw his name pop up, I was like, wouldn't that be cool if she does this photo op with him? But I was like, well, no, because she's got her own photo ops, and I believe she's doing it with the other doctor. Who's the other doctor?
See, I got his autograph already on the Attack the Block poster when they first came out for Attack the Block. I should have her sign the poster. You can't. My camera's jacked up, so you can't see me smiling.
It's okay. I can hear it in your voice. I can hear your glee and my sadness. Your glee and my sad. I'm so bad. Literally,
it does
like,
autographs at the table.
And I kid you not, I would come home just for that. Like just.
She's like, keep the plane running. I'll be right back.
Right.
But it's such
like checking on the way to the convention center, like checking back in.
But like fly out, come back, like yo, all in the same day.
I'm a bad influence, so don't ask me.
You're a horrible person because this is just not even cool. Like, I'm so mad because when I saw his name pop up, I was just like, yo, you pieces of sugar.
Pieces of sugar. Can't afford that Lord of the Rings team up. You doing that?
Which one? The Lord of the Rings.
Andy Serkis and Orlando Bloom.
No, I wanted to, but I mean, I still think about it. But yeah, I still think about it. But they just announced them last, so I saw that and I said, I already got my schedule set. I may have to change some things around.
I'm really tempted to try to do the John Boyega picture. I just feel like that line's gonna be stupid long, and I really don't want to have to.
Yeah, but when's he gonna come back? Like realistically.
Yeah.
Like.
I'm mad they're charging $10 for them to email you a picture.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me.
I was like, you charging me $10 for you to hit scan and send? That should be illegal right then and there.
You would think it would be cheaper for them to email it than actually print it out.
But, exactly.
Right.
Y'all saving money by just sending an email. Y'all don't have to. No, that's okay. I'll scan it at home for free. Honestly, I should go there with a laptop and a portable scanner and start charging people $2. Now I can email to you for $2. I'm plugged in right next to their booth. My cell phone is a hotspot. What's your email address?
Exactly.
$2. Here you go. I can email to as many people as you want. Okay, go ahead. You type it in. I don't even need to know. You go ahead and type it in.
I'm mad. I'm really, really like, yo, this whole, like, again, it's really because it's Jodie Whittaker. And I'm like, y'all just had to do Saturday, Sunday. Y'all couldn't do Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
I think Saturday, Sunday that's the money days for them, for like the service come in on a weekend, fly out.
Yeah, I think they have to spread it out too. I think Elizabeth Olsen's there on Thursday now, right? So
yeah,
they can't have all of these people taking photo ops at the same time. It would be way too many people in that area, even though it's supposed to be in a different area this year.
It's crazy that the autograph for Boyega is more expensive than the photo. Yeah. But at the table, if you want to sign a 3D autograph item, okay. So if you want to sign a Funko Pop, it's $128. But if you want to sign, I'm guessing, I don't know. I'm just guessing a piece of paper. It's $85. I might as well just do the picture. Not picture. I'll just take a picture. I don't know.
I'm sorry. I'm mad. I know this is like, This is not supposed to be part of the podcast, but we're keeping it in. I am a petulant child and I'm pissed off because I really, 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 really. Again, I have gotten every doctor. I have all like I don't have Jody and I don't have Nshudi. Like those are the only two that I don't have. And I'm like, I kind of really need them. And I don't know when I will get this chance again. But like for the Attack the Block though, like, and they're supposed to be doing a sequel. Come on.
Maybe you can do it when the sequel comes out, but then it'll probably be even tougher to get there.
Oh
And
yeah,
we're
I'm not actually surprised. His prices are relatively low, especially he's been in 3 different Star Wars, two Pacific Rims. He's got the thing on Netflix with they clone Tyrone. So it's not like he's. This is my first go at this here. We know that price is going to go up.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. The price is really. I don't want to say. Well, you know what? His price is kind of high. You can make it lower next time. If we say it's too low, they're gonna double it next time. So
that's why you got to get on the ground floor.
Yeah, I mean, it is a good price. It is a good price.
Because I can't imagine either of them doing a joint convention in the UK together. Like I know Jody has done UK cons. I don't know if John Boyega has done UK conventions. So
shit, it's in his backyard.
You would think, right? But like, because like Jody went to the one like in her hometown. I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. But so many people. Maybe I could win the lotto, and then this won't be a problem, and I could just come and be happy, and just I don't know, whatever. Now I'm all sad.
Just don't get on any jets with Diddy. That's what I say. Just don't do it.
No Diddy jets. No. Because then Diddy be saying it's your own fault. That's why it all happened because this is your choices.
Right.
Just like somebody from Rings of Power.
Wow.
Diddy is so wrong. Sorry, that's so not nice.
This took a dark turn.
Yeah.
Of course it did. It's Diddy. We're all gonna be okay.
But yeah, they have a great lineup this year at Comic-Con. It's incredible. I haven't seen anything like this since I was about to say the early '90s, but it's never. I'm showing my age when I made that comment, but pre-MCU pretty much, like close to the start of the MCU where you could walk in any of the rooms last minute and still get a really good seat. So this is the first time we've had lineups like this.
Yeah, they definitely did a better job this year than they did last year in regards to guests.
Yeah.
Hopefully, no one cancels in the next 2 weeks, but it should be a jam-packed week of some great guests as well as great panels.
Yeah.
I guess that's where we should end it, on my disappointment and sadness. No, I'm just kidding.
You should always end it on your disappointment and sadness.
See how they treat me, and this is why I will never do this portion again, because who am I? Just a lowly person. I don't even know. I'm just kidding.
You'll do it next time.
Anyway, thanks for joining us. I am your host, Kay, Kareem, and that's Anif, who will be kicked in the face. But we're having a great time. Thank you guys, and talk to you another time. Bye.